At the age of 54 and 2 divorces later, let me give you the marriage advice I wish that I had listened to.
Welcome back to my channel, everyone. Today, we're going to be talking about something that I think is really important, and that's the hard lessons people learn after divorce. So, we're going to be watching some videos that share some of these lessons, and I'll be giving my reaction and expanding on these points in more detail. But before we get started, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel for more content like this. And if you have any personal experiences or lessons you've learned from divorce, please share them with me in the comments below and let's get chatting. Without further ado, let's dive right into the video.
At the age of 54 and 2 divorces later, let me give you the marriage advice I wish that I had listened to. Love is not enough. Marry for character, not just chemistry. You're not just marrying them, you're marrying their habits, their debt, and their family drama. Marriage will never fix loneliness. The wrong person will make it worse. You can't marry potential. You're not a life coach, you're a spouse. Being alone is way better than wishing you were. The right person will make you feel safe. The wrong one will make you feel small. We'll figure it out is not a financial plan. Some people don't want love, they want control. Learn the difference. You should be excited to marry them, not just relieved that they finally committed. Be prepared to marry the whole family. Period. Hope that helps.
Hi guys. The hardest lesson I learned after my first marriage was that I need to learn to love myself before I could learn to love somebody else. And that's what I did. Have a great day.
5 things I learned in my successfully failed marriage. Number 1, if communication is an issue for you in your relationship or your marriage, I know the secret. Come closer. It's not a hard of hearing problem. It's a respect problem. You heard what I said. It's not a hard of hearing problem. There's a respect problem. People can only hear you on a level in which they respect you. Think about it. At your job or even in your family, if you don't respect people, you don't hear shit they have to say, and it does not matter if they are telling you the right thing or the wrong thing. You don't want to hear it. People only hear you on the level in which they respect you. So, how do you fix this communication problem in your marriage or your relationship? Find out where the respect ball dropped. Find out when was the last time you or your partner felt disrespected or felt like your level of respect was taken for granted. Go back and get that, and I promise you the communication will be there waiting. Go get it. Number 2, your wounds. Your partner did not create the wounds that you came into the relationship or the marriage with. And if they did, because I know some people are going to say, oh, but they did. I didn't have these wounds before I got here. Okay, that's something different, and we'll get there. But we're not going to get there today. We're going to talk about the ones you walked in there with. Right? They did not create the wounds that you walked into the relationship with, but somehow they always end up with a life sentence on not being able to fix it. So what do? You have to help heal yourself. It's very unfair to expect the person to have the wherewithal or the tools to assist you with healing wounds that they know nothing about. A lot of times we're very private about the things that hurt us most, the things that scarred us from childhood, the things that scarred us in our teenage years in high school. We don't talk about those things, but somehow we want our partner to be able to step in and love us past that stuff. You got to meet them there. You got to help them. You got to give them the tools. You got to show them the way. And you have to communicate. You have to communicate what it is that you need in order to get there. You can't just keep giving out consequences without giving out solutions. I'm just saying. And number 3. Respect each other's life purpose. Just because you're an entrepreneur does not automatically mean that your partner becomes your partner in business or that they become your personal assistant. That's not what that means. Maybe your partner is really good at being an overachieving employee. Maybe that's what their calling is, to lead in that regard. Everybody is not meant to be an entrepreneur, and everybody is not meant to actively participate in what it is that your journey is. Find your team. Respect your partner, respect what they want to do or what they don't want to do, and move forward. I promise you it's going to be okay. And number 4, never be too prideful to lead with your love language. Stop waiting for your partner to show you your love language when they don't have a healthy example from you of what that looks like, of what it requires, and how to get it done. It's okay to lead with your love language. I know so many people whose love language is affection and they just sit around waiting for their partner to touch them. But they never take the initiative to touch their partner first to show them what they want or how they want it done. Same with people whose love language is acts of service. If your love language is acts of service and you know that you want your partner to help out around the house more, why you keep complaining about it instead of just saying something? And or when they do it, why don't you just express that you are extremely grateful that they are helping you? You know what that sounds like? That sounds like, babe, I'm so happy that you helped me do the dishes. When you help me do stuff around the house, it really shows me and helps me feel like I'm not by myself. Like I need that. I love that. And I love when you do that because it takes a load off of me. And you know what that does? It turns me on. It's okay to say. It's okay because when someone loves you in your love language, that's what it does. It automatically makes you feel like you want to be intimate. It makes you feel like, let's get it done. And lastly, number 5. Never reduce the love you have to give to prove a point. Withholding affection is emotional abuse. You need to be affectionate. You need to pay compliments. You need to be able to give terms of endearment. Some people, when they get upset, they stop even calling their person by their pet name. Everybody know if you're in a relationship or you married, your name is babe or baby, and anything outside of that is a curse word. We all know that. So when you get angry, you start calling me by my real name. You know I don't like that, but you gonna do it anyway. Stuff like that. That's emotional abuse. And why we gotta go through that?
Okay, everyone, let's get started. So, some of these lessons are really powerful. Let's take a closer look at each of them. The first lesson is that love alone is not enough. Now, this sounds surprising, but it's true. Love is a feeling, and feelings can be fleeting. What's more important is the actions and the choices we make in our relationships. So, when we're in a relationship, we need to make sure that we are not just relying on love to carry us through. We need to make sure that we are communicating effectively and that we're respecting each other's boundaries and that we're working together as a team. The second lesson is that we should marry for character, not just chemistry. Now, chemistry is important, but it's not the only thing that matters in a relationship. What's more important is the character of the person you're with. Do they have integrity? Are they honest and trustworthy? And do they respect us and our boundaries? These are the kinds of questions we should be asking ourselves when we're considering marriage. The third lesson is that when we marry someone, we are not just marrying them, we are also marrying their habits, their debt, and their family drama. Now, this might sound obvious, but it's something that a lot of people don't think about when they are considering marriage. When we marry someone, we're taking on their financial responsibilities, their family obligations, and their personal habits. So it's essential that we are aware of these things before we get married. The fourth lesson that I picked is that marriage will never fix loneliness, and the wrong person will only make it worse. Now, this is something that a lot of people don't realize until it's too late. Marriage is not a cure for is not a cure or for loneliness. In fact, being in a relationship with the wrong person can make us feel even more lonely and isolated. So it's essential that we are addressing our own loneliness and isolation before we get married. The fifth lesson is that you can't marry potential. Now, this is something that a lot of people do, but it's not a good idea. When we marry someone, we are not marrying their potential, we are marrying who they are right now. So it's essential that we are realistic about our partner and about who our partner is and what they are capable of. The sixth lesson is that being alone is way better um, sorry, being alone is way worse than wishing you were. This is something that a lot of people don't realize until they're in a relationship that's not working out. Now, being alone can be scary, but it's also an opportunity for growth and self reflection. So it's essential that we are not afraid of being alone and we are taking the time to focus on ourselves. The seventh lesson that I picked is that the right person will make you feel safe and the wrong person will make you feel small. Now, this is something that a lot of people don't realize until they're in a relationship that's not working out. So, when we're with the right person, we should feel safe and supported. We should feel like we can be ourselves without fear or judgment or rejection. The eighth lesson is that we'll figure it out, air quotes, is not a financial plan. Now, this is something a lot of people say when they are considering marriage, but it's not a good idea. So, when you get into a marriage, you need to figure out how your finances work and you need to have a clear financial plan in place. So, this means talking about your financial goals, your spending habits, and your debt. And it also means creating a budget and sticking to it. The ninth lesson is that some people do not want love; they want control. Now, this is something that a lot of people don't realize until they're in a relationship that's not working out. When we're in a relationship, we need to make sure that our partner is not trying to control us. This means paying attention to signs of manipulation such as guilt, gaslighting, and emotional blackmail. Now, the 10th lesson is that you should be excited to marry them, not just relieved that they decided to be committed. Now, this is something that this is something that a lot of people don't think about when they are considering marriage. When we're getting married, we should be excited about the prospect of spending the rest of our lives with our partner. We should not just be relieved that they are willing to commit to us because we deserve better than that, right? The 11th lesson is that when we marry someone, we're not just marrying them, we are also marrying their whole family. Now, this is something that a lot of people don't think about when they are considering marriage as well. When we are married to someone, they become a part of a larger family unit. Now, this means that we need to be prepared to deal with our partner's family dynamics, including any conflicts rather, or challenges that may arise. So, the 12th lesson is that we need to learn to love ourselves before we can learn to love somebody else. Now, this is something that a lot of people don't realize until they're in a relationship that's not working out. When we're in a relationship, we need to make sure that we're not relying on our partner to make us happy. We need to learn to love and accept our flaws and accept ourselves, flaws and all. So, on that note, I would like to thank everyone for watching. I hope these lessons have been helpful and informative. And remember, relationships are hard work, but they are also incredibly rewarding. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel for more content like this. And if you have any personal experiences or lessons you've learned from relationships, please share them with me in the comments below. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.